last, music247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Perfect.
See? Here we deliver it Caesar salad free. How about that?
I watched the whole video.
Hey.
That's how we do it around here.
You should have been sitting there going like this, like faking it.
Oh my god.
Not the last time when she
Oh,
spaced out.
Oh
No.
my god, like she had
Oh.
us all holding our breath there last week, and it was just her fucking brain stalling. Like she had severe brain lag. Like you
I
just
was buffering.
Look, y'all
She
don't
was
understand.
buffering.
I was buffering.
Y'all don't understand. We already have a file with Homeland Security. This is the last thing that we need.
You know?
Body.
So real quick, everybody, good evening. Thank you for joining us at Power Ups International. It's your band of merry people bringing you some nerdy goodness and all that other stuff. I am known as the Veep, got the GOOB, Dizzy, EBTCH Freak, and DRay the producer. How's everybody doing?
He's so chill.
Pretty good.
Good.
I know I want to be that chill right now.
I
All you gotta do is just this. Here, I can do that.
Don't worry, freak. I'll take care of that in October. I'm gonna take you to all of my favorite shops.
I'm becoming one with the background.
Wishes. Become one.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you, this has been a quick week because man,
Well,
was
I
it
feel
this
like
Friday I had the surgery or was it
faded.
the following? I can't even remember.
I thought it was last week.
It was
yeah,
last
it was. So it was like
week. Okay,
Like,
so this
like
would be
2 weeks.
the second
week and a half,
show.
2 weeks ago.
Okay. Like I said, I can't catch up because it's just craziness. So, first of all, how's everybody doing? Everyone good? I know storm had hit Texas, but it came and went. Thank you, Jesus. So it's all good.
We
I'm glad to hear
had
you guys.
3 tornadoes, a tropical storm, and a flood in our town, and I'm still standing very wobbly on 3 legs.
I was gonna say barely.
Oh, jeez. Hey, oh.
I saw those
Don't
pictures
do
on Facebook. You hobbling around like.
Man. So what we're going to do is we're going to start jumping on our topics, and here's the first one. Everybody see that?
Yeah.
So
Nancy.
All right. So
EBTCH and
I
Ooh.
didn't know these were a thing. I had never even heard the name of them before this. But the cops in Arizona pulled over a driverless Waymo taxi, and it was going the wrong way through traffic because for I think it says 30 yards. It was like blocked by construction, so its go-to was just scooch over into
Right.
incoming traffic. So, but they're programmed to see emergency lights behind them and pull over. But they didn't give them a ticket, and the cops and the mayor went on record and said that they couldn't do it because how do you give a computer a ticket? And it just falls perfectly in line with the laws we were talking about last week, or loudly complaining about. But I strongly believe that they should not have been allowed to go on record to newspapers and say that they can't give the computer a ticket, because they could have easily given the company a ticket.
Yeah.
But now they can be quoted in any
They've set
lawsuit.
precedent.
Yeah, exactly. They can be quoted in any lawsuit saying that the company's not responsible for this because they can't give the computer a ticket. The company could have done something.
Yeah, give the company or whoever the owner of it is, like,
Yeah.
You know what's
because they're gonna need to figure this out because driverless cars are gonna be a thing.
You know what's interesting about that? A few years back, I think there was a Supreme Court ruling that said that corporations can be considered an entity. They can be considered a person. So
Absolutely.
if that is the case, then you can indeed give a ticket to a car that is controlled by a corporation.
Man, I feel like if I was in law school right now, like this is the bus I'd be hopping on right now. Like if I was in law school getting ready to come out, I'd be like that right there is gonna be a huge specialty, and I want in on it. Like all of this AI shit and driverless shit. Like
I think they did a lot of defense lawyers' jobs for them, going on the record saying that they couldn't give the computer a ticket. Like I don't.
well, that's not gonna be set in stone. It's gonna make it harder.
It's not a legal
that's not gonna
precedent,
set it in
I'm
stone.
sure. Yeah.
Like
It has to be done through courts, I'm pretty sure.
things
Wait
are
till one
things
of those
are overturned and
Waymos
argued
do
and
a person.
changed.
I still imagine it would apply under regarding dangerous operation of vehicles. But again, trying to work that out.
Okay, am I just extra deaf today, or is he
No,
also
no,
quiet?
he
Am I?
disappeared for a bit.
No,
It just
because
he dove underwater.
Okay, I thought it was one of DRay's 5 cameras. DRay was super quiet, and I thought I was just having a deaf minute.
No,
It happens. I'm broken.
like it's not gonna be set in stone. That's not permanent. Like anything, it's definitely gonna make it more difficult. It's setting it in the wrong direction, but it can spin back around and be once people are a little more educated and stuff.
I
But
can see the headlines now.
it's
Waymo
not
tax-
permanent. That's the whole point of the law, right? Is it's not permanent.
Yeah.
I can see the
Well-
headlines now. Waymo taxi service. Whammo goes whammo into crowd of pedestrians.
Oh,
Waymo
jeez.
goes
They
Whammo.
can't be held
Like-
accountable because you can't give a computer a ticket. I just.
That needs to go in the book, Dizzy.
What?
Waymo goes whammo.
Where's my book?
Where my book?
You turn the corner, you see a gang of cops just gunning down a driverless taxi.
I'm sure I have my book here somewhere.
So I have a hypothetical question. Elon Musk is building a hyper tunnel in Vegas that allegedly you'll be able to drive from Vegas to LA in an hour.
The trip
Hmm.
from Vegas to LA is already short, though.
I mean, like a
it's
bullet
lot of
train?
Traffic, but
Yeah,
it's
like-
still
But
short.
it's like a
Like the one in Germany.
yeah, it's like a magnetized highway.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
That'd be cool.
yeah.
See,
But
that's what we need in Canada because it takes for fucking ever to get to from one place to
People
another.
can't drive 10 miles an hour without getting into an accident.
exactly.
They're gonna have them going at supersonic speeds. They're
I
gonna.
just.
There's been a long-standing theory when it comes to like magnets in cars where you could use them to somewhat repel each other. Therefore, you couldn't actually have accidents because they would slow
Until
each
you
other down by
repel
the
it
time they
into
get close
another
enough.
car.
But they're in a
But then
tunnel.
that would just change.
They're in a tunnel.
again-
They can only go so far.
But you know where you can't repel it? Into a wall.
Yeah, they're gonna repel it right
you have
into
to
another car.
magnetize the walls.
All right, so
Somebody's gonna
basically,
drive
guys, you are basically describing bumper cars right now, I believe.
No, somebody's gonna be riding by and gonna be
Now
like,
that's what they should be doing.
They're
that's some
bullets with
really,
people in
really
them.
lifelike spray paint on the wall. It's like, well, it really is lifelike.
That was the Johnson family. They just passed through.
Jeez.
Or they tried to.
Or tried to, right? Morbid enough?
That's the Johnson family section of the highway.
No doubt. Well, hopefully they do work that out. But who knows how long that will take. Oh, real quick, guys, because I know y'all may or may not know. Today is actually our 20th episode. We are no longer teenagers. We are in the 20s.
Oh man, all
We
downhill from
can't
there.
drink or get high yet, but yeah, congratulations.
It's all downhill from here.
That's what you think.
How old do you have to be
You
to
can-
get high, and with what?
Hmm.
Oh, no.
Depends where you are.
So, I have a conversation I wanted to bring up. Check this out. There is a petition to cancel Assassin's
Oh my God.
Creed
This again?
Shadows.
This is the dumbest thing
there we go.
in the world.
They have 72,000 signatures already. And,
Jeez.
Okay, wait.
yes.
I, for once, heard something about this. I don't know who told me.
Beep, we talked about it earlier.
No.
Yeah.
No. I wasn't here.
We had this whole conversation. I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Did we have this entire conversation yesterday in Discord?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was.
No, I was talking about
not
it the
here.
other week as well.
Okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
Discord.
So,
I wish
You
I
know,
was.
you don't have to. What's the guy's
Well,
name?
maybe if you
Somebody-
didn't start spreading, things.
What's the guy's name? The
The character
mhm.
Yasuke.
is Yasuke. Yasuke.
Okay. You don't only play as him. You also play as like a secretive type, like ninja-y type.
Movie.
Mhm.
Okay, so why are like I don't
Because
understand.
People are stupid.
Like,
It
the
really is
whole
just boils down to
original
that.
complaint was that you can't be this guy because he wasn't technically a samurai, even though he was. There was a person that like actually studies this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's literally based on the dude.
He
Yeah,
is a
but they're
person in
saying he
history,
wasn't
absolutely.
technically a samurai because he was like a different tier of it. But there was a person that went to school to study this general area, and that guy's rank or title or whatever you want to call it was still a samurai. So he was a samurai. That was everybody's main original complaint, was that he's not a samurai, so why base it on him being a samurai? But then now, like everybody knows, you can play as both people, and there's suddenly a petition about it. Like it just doesn't make
You know
any
what?
fucking sense.
You know
There's-
what? I want to get behind these guys. I mean, more people need to police this shit. Like, I went and saw this movie, right, called Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
What the?
All right,
Okay.
I got right fucking invested. Did you know Abraham Lincoln was not a vampire hunter?
No.
I found that out afterwards.
That's just what I want you to think, Dizzy.
If someone had this petition before, I could have saved myself that exposure.
Okay, but
The
can
wrong
we watch that
information.
tonight?
That's pretty. Not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
Like, it's so stupid. Like, okay, so maybe things like, yeah, it's called artistic license. Imagine that, a video game based on people jumping off of huge buildings and landing in carts. And didn't it turn out that a bunch of the shit in like the first Assassin's Creed was because of like aliens or gods or something?
Pretty
And,
much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
before
Like,
evil
all this-
gods.
And being able to dive into your genetic memory to like assassinate people and see things from the past. Like, I feel like we've already passed. Geez, maybe this shit isn't actually real. This is the hill they chose to die on.
Yeah,
I like
but
how one of them, the
difference
Pope uses an
that
orb
it's
to use
it's
magic.
based on an actual
Yeah.
person, not
So
just
it was Abraham Lincoln
theoretical
Vampire
people.
Hunter.
Okay, that's fucking stupid. But I mean, I need to see it. But
That's where you draw the line.
Yes, that's where I draw
He
the
said,
line.
but I still got to see it though.
It is available now on Amazon Prime.
Oh boy.
Okay, we're watching that tonight.
Now
can
she
log
said
into my
mental
account for
note.
Okay, but I think the difference is that this one is based on an actual person who was an actual samurai. Their whole main gripe was the rank that he was at was not samurai, but it was still. I mean, the rank that he was at was still samurai. So their whole complaint to begin with was wrong. It just, their whole complaint was he wasn't a samurai, but he was. So it's just not right.
I'm trying to figure out who has all of this time to petition about who was a samurai and who's not.
These are the
Well,
kind of
it's-
people that are really invested in this for some
mean,
particular reason.
They weren't even there.
It's a little bit more than that, gang. It's a little bit more than that. It's more or less because he was African.
I was
Mhm.
thinking it was because he was
That's
a,
what it boils
a
down
black
to.
man in Japan. Like that makes the
That's
most
ultimately what it boils
sense.
down to.
Why would they choose the game to be based on a black man in Japan during this time period and make
Because
him
of
a
the
samurai?
Wookiees.
But he actually
The
was.
The Wookiees.
But I mean, he really existed. He was really there. He was a real samurai. So why not? It's an interesting storyline. I mean, it made me go in and read about him.
Now, let me give you this little snippet. It's worth pointing out that Assassin's Creed's franchise has never, and I repeat again, has never been known for its historical accuracy anyway.
Yep.
While the developers
No.
go to great
Put a very
lengths,
shocked face.
you know, while developers go to great lengths to painstakingly
Words are
recreate
hard.
landmarks and notable areas in Assassin's Creed, the story and characters are almost all fictional, with a few exceptions. Multiple games in the series are about people using a machine to tap into the memories of their ancestors so they can assassinate people and pull off ridiculous parkour stunts. Beyond the sci-fi stuff, the Assassin's Creed game has been known to feature supernatural elements at times as well, so being 100% historically accurate has never been the priority.
Absolutely.
I mean, I met
you
Charles
mean
Dickens. Wow, words are hard. I
Charles
met Charles
Dickens?
Dickens. I met Charles Dickens in Unity.
You mean the reincarnation of Odin did actually pillage and raid across England?
I mean,
Why
he
would
did, but we
DRay
don't like to
send
talk
us
about
an
that.
article that I had to pay to read? That's just rude.
I promise you, I didn't know you had to pay to read it.
Well, how'd you read it?
He probably didn't. He probably just looked
Because
up
I'm D-Ray.
he probably just looked up, you know, hey, this, and that, and then gimme. I did it.
So this will be one of those, another argument that is just futile
You know
to
what?
people.
But you
I
know,
don't think. I
Like,
think
I was
go ahead. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
like, I feel like there's always a petition to complain
Always.
about something, and
I
I
was-
can only think of one time where like a nerd petition won, and that was when the Sonic the Hedgehog movie came out. Do you remember when they released the original trailer and his eyes were all fucked up? And so
I don't remember that.
yeah, no, look up the old original
teeth.
trailer. Like his
The
it
human
was
teeth.
so disturbing. So a huge petition started and like just blew right up, and they went and they reanimated what they had so far, and they fixed it, which is why when Sonic the Hedgehog did come out, it looked really good. I love that
Just
movie.
no
I love to
short
watch it with my
order.
nephews. Yeah, like it was a lot of work, but I think that's the only time I've ever seen a nerd petition win.
I tell
You
you,
want
these
to count the
nerds,
Snyder Cut?
It's just.
I'll try to find a picture of it for you, EBTCH.
I'm looking too.
Well,
I thought the Snyder Cut might count.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What?
Go ahead,
I was just
DRay.
saying, I think.
My bad.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's just like a couple of weeks ago when I showed you guys the Red Dead Redemption 3 fan art of the
Mhm.
Native American, and
Yeah.
now there's a petition against that, and it's not even real.
Found it.
I apologize, freak. Go ahead and
Was
see
that
if
it?
you-
No, no, you're good.
What?
Well, Freak,
Yeah,
what were you
something
gonna
like
Oh,
yeah,
it's long
something
gone by
like that.
now.
Here, just a second. I got a better
say? Was
shot of
it
it.
the Snyder Cut?
Mm.
I
I'm
heard
saying
the
that
Snyder
might
Cut.
count as like a fan petition getting something changed. I feel like that
Oh,
maybe.
Yeah, see,
No.
Thanks for the nightmares for her.
you saw it.
God.
Also, I think if that petition passed, they'd probably still put the game out because they're financially invested now, and they're like, "Well, we spent this much money. Screw
Dude,
you
all
guys."
this
Man,
is
it's a lot of work.
you know what? All this is free press. What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? This petition was started by someone
At
that
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft hired. All right, because it's bringing a ton of attention to a game. Like I
Right.
hadn't even heard of this game coming out because Assassin's Creed isn't normally on my radar. But now I know this whole thing and I know what the story is, and because it's something so controversial like this,
Right?
based on like historical fact and race and things,
It's
that I
too
think
human.
more people are gonna get in on it.
Ugh,
That's just
because-
wrong as hell.
that is a
Oh,
big
no, okay.
difference on
That is too
Sonic.
human. That was
Um,
too
All right, that was
human.
gross.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing I've ever
So
seen.
what? But the point is, it's all of this free publicity all of a sudden it's making it a conversation across podcasts and news articles and whatnot.
You know, I
What
will
do you
say
want to
that,
bet?
like,
This petition was started by Ubisoft.
the last Assassin's Creed really pissed me off, but shut up. It was dumb.
Oh, Valhalla? Oh no,
No.
Valhalla.
Why?
fucking
Why?
Okay.
Whoever
everyone
wrote the headline on that article needs to burn.
All right, so the last Assassin's Creed, every
Dang.
other one is usually like 50 plus hours of gameplay, but the last one was 15.
Oh no, that's no.
And they want
All
to.
right, what the fuck?
And it was full
D-Ray.
price. It was full price. Wasn't it?
Hey, no. No.
It's like no.
We need a spray bottle for DRay.
I was just gonna say
No.
I need a spray bottle
No.
on my damn camera because that was rude.
Do I have a spray bottle?
That was fucking rude. If you don't, I do.
Got
I will
this.
get that
Does
bitch.
this count?
That was rude.
Mr. Clean.
What was it? The tunnel?
Yes, of course it was the tunnel.
Okay.
Of course. Those
Tunnel.
cruel words.
Of course it was the tunnel.
So,
But
All
yeah,
right.
no, I think it could have been started by Ubisoft. I'm gonna
The same theories came out about Sonic, though, which is quite funny.
Okay, you know,
So-
if they were using it to like drum up publicity,
it's quite effective.
well, they've got people talking. They've got people talking and having like real, honest to God conversations and learning things and looking shit up. They've
no,
trained
yeah, I
us
learned a
into
lot
learning.
about that guy.
Right.
Like
I mean-
I learned a lot about that guy, and I don't usually get invested into the backstory and stuff, but after Mirage
You
pissed
wanna
me
learn about
off
him?
so bad.
Watch the anime.
There's an anime
Yeah.
of what?
Yasuke.
Yasuki.
Yasuke.
Yasuke.
Yes. Is it Yasuke? I think that's how you pronounce
I don't
it.
know. I don't speak
on
Japanese.
Netflix.
Yasuke. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well,
on
either way,
Netflix.
I actually looked into it and read a lot about him, and I don't look into backstory and stuff. But after Mirage pissed me off so bad that I needed to understand more about the next one to see if it was worth it, because everybody was complaining about it, and their complaints are just stupid.
Well, I was going to ask you guys something that's heavily scrutinized. Would it make you want to buy a game or steer you more away from it?
That depends on what it is.
Yeah, that depends on the conversation. Like that depends on whatever it is. Like this, like, okay, this is interesting. I'm talking about it. I'm still not gonna go play it, but that's because I don't play Assassin's Creed games. Like,
Well, that's why I was trying to figure, like, what if they say, okay, Titanfall 4 has this controversy with da 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 da. I know Dizzy would be like, I don't care. I'm playing.
I'm still waiting on Titanfall 3.
Well, they done jumped 3 and went to 4. No, I got you.
Titanfall counts their
I
games.
feel like
Like
it
Windows
depends on what
counts
it
their
is.
editions.
Like if they were to
Titanfall
make
3 called Apex Legends.
That'll be
Oh,
the
if
It
they
is
had
technically
like
set in the same universe.
There's no fucking Titans.
Oh, jeez.
if they had made like, you know, a Game of Thrones type game, and people were complaining about the amount of or lack of attacks that happen in it, like, I couldn't get into it, but that would just be enough of a warning for me not to, you know. But
but
I
you know
feel like
what, though?
for this game, it's interesting. I mean, it made me stop and read into it.
Well, I remember back in 2007, 6, wherever, there was so many complaints about WoW that actually made me curious. So, like, you know, what is all the hubbub about? So,
At its peak, wasn't it like 15 million players or something? 15 million accounts?
That
At its
is
peak?
crazy.
Something like that.
That's at about $15
$15
Canadian a month.
Yeah, they are making money every month. And they charge you for a little extra stuff when you even want to buy stuff in between. That's just crazy.
that is generational wealth.
Indeed. So, gang, as much as I know you guys love cosplay, I decided to grab some photos from a group.
Freak's like, who's my girlfriend this
You
week?
have my attention.
Shout out
12 million in
to
2010.
the how much?
How many?
12 million.
12
what?
million in 2010.
Dang.
I think that was
Dang.
around Lich King. That was the peak of
That
WoW.
makes sense.
And that's excluding the purchase of the game itself.
Then Kata
Crazy.
came out and it was like, and then Panda came out and it was like, why?
It's about $180 million a month.
Jesus.
Jeez. Okay, anyway, shout out to 50 Shades of Black anime, where I got these cosplays from. Here's the first one. If I'm correct, this is Borderlands.
That is Borderlands. That is a psycho right there.
It is
Okay.
good.
Changer.
Can you send me that, please?
You don't need
Sir.
to change that.
Certainly. Next,
Gotta give her a ride on your meat bicycle built for two.
this is a guy doing Gears of War.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gear. That's the fucking Lancer gun.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. This is Katana.
Well, hello.
Do you think, girlfriend?
And now I'm interested.
And now for you Naruto fans, if I'm correct, this is Pain. I haven't gotten into Naruto to know what's what.
I mean, her hair just looks extremely complicated, but the rest of it looks like a really easy outfit.
But hey, shout out to the cosplayers.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
And my favorite was the Psycho, but I've got a weakness for Borderlands.
You're biased.
Yeah.
I have a weakness too, but it's not for Borderlands.
Is it the tits? Because I get that.
So, gang, what I will go ahead and do
my
is
spirit animal.
we're gonna go ahead and jump into our Blast Artist Spotlight. Tonight, I'm actually doing not a repeat of a song, but a repeat of our artist. This is Jason. This is called Low and High. This is one of my faves. Yes, indeed. And that was our boy J-Saw with Low and High. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans of music. So if you love to hear great independent music, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register as an unlimited fan and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast. We are constantly changing the industry one artist at a time. Boom.
I need to say something.
By all means.
Kent, do you realize your screen is mirrored and it's fucking up your background?
You know, I clicked for it to not mirror it, but when I did that, it did fuck up my background.
Not. It
As
says
we all-
boy.
boy. Build up.
I
As
mean,
we all
it's
get
not
to
like
figure
I
out
don't
this.
make sense.
Jason
So-
is awesome.
That's my guy.
And whenever you
That
put
is-
Jason on, I know I'm gonna sit here and enjoy it. Like,
Yeah, I really like him.
He is a good dude. Shout out to J-Saw. Love you, brother.
always.
So, Dizzy and Freak,
You
you
alright,
guys. He said you alright. Dizzy and Freak, you guys were playing. Is it Sea of Thieves? Is that what you were playing last week or yesterday? Something
We
like
were trying.
Attempting.
that. Attempting. What was the struggle?
So, Sea of Thieves, when you start, they spawn you at like a random island, right? And your ship is there. You load it up before you set sail and go do what you're going to do. But there's also these PvP players called Reapers.
Oh, so they're actual people. I thought they were NPCs.
No.
It is.
Oh,
That's why I was so infuriated. So basically, we had just finished loading up our ship. And for loading up the ship for me is I go and I buy all the supplies and then I organize them. Like Free calls me Quartermaster Dizzy because I get in there. I'm like, okay, so like these cannonballs are here, and the fireworks and explosives are here. The cooked food is on the top, and the raw food is on the bottom. And like I organized it. And just as I finished organizing, like 15 minutes of work, they showed up and they blew us out of the water before we even raised our anchor. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can deal with this. So we spawned again at another island, loaded our stuff up, and we started sailing. And we got in like 2 little parts into our quest, and another ship sailed by and blew us out of the water. And that's where we got that sound clip. Like Troy, you've heard the sound clip of me cussing? Because Freak took that sound clip and he made it a thing on our Discord that people, if you're in the voice chat now, you can say it.
Wow.
And then I'm like, okay, whatever. We're done for the day. So me and Freak gave up that night. We just like, this isn't happening. And then the next day I went to play. And I'm sailing by myself waiting for Freak to come online. And I got attacked by a Kraken, which is like probably one of the rarest events, right?
It's pretty rare now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I don't see very many Krakens. And so Freak's like, I'm gonna get on and play. I need to get the achievement for that or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's when all of Microsoft sign-in services went down.
Oh, damn.
I had no clue about. I'm in there trying to fix it any way I can. A few hours later, I see that post.
Yeah, he's trying to
You
figure
were
out
about
what
2
he
seconds
needs
away
to
from
do.
this brief formatting.
Oh yeah, I was going for my Windows. I was going for the nuclear option.
Yeah.
He said, "I just reformat my whole computer. Screw it."
And I was trying to like, I'm like, I'm not gonna kill the Kraken, but I'm gonna try to like aggro it so it stays long enough. I'm like, Freak, are you signed in yet? Are you signed in yet? And eventually it despawned because they only stay up for so long. But yeah, no. So Sea of Thieves, I love that game, but I had a rough few days. And then Freak blew me up.
Shocking.
Again.
Lagath.
That's just what Freak does.
Yeah, I think that's actually a clip we played last week.
Oh, and then I've got another one from last time we played too.
Oh no, what was it? What happened?
I guess I need to sort that one out.
Yeah, find that clip. But yeah, boys. Now, oh, where is it here?
Oh shit, I can't.
So now, if you're in our Discord's voice chat, if you happen to be in there, you can play this sound clip. I've got it here. I'm gonna try to play this over here, but sometimes the noise gate is a little... kindly fuck off!
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can somebody send that to me, please?
I also want that.
I'm putting that in a song.
Yes.
I'm putting that in a beat. Somebody send that to me, please.
I want that to add that gif of me just...
with our fuck offs combined.
Hey, Beat, can you go
Yes,
look
ma'am.
at the group chat we have and the video that I sent? Ignore DRay for a minute. The video, the video that I sent. For now, it's more important. And you'll
The one
see
that
why.
says where it starts off with abusing, that one.
Yes.
Okay, you need it to be showcased.
Yes, please.
Okay. Just give me a moment to prepare.
I am angry.
Okay, let's see here.
That was so serial killer. I am angry.
Yeah. It's not a very big anger.
It's
I'm a
not
little
a very big anger. It's
I'm
just a
little.
tiny anger.
I am a tiny people.
Fun-sized anger.
Fun size anger.
You know,
Got
he's
it.
like, what was it? We found that meme. It was like she's McNugget sized. Like,
Introducing Anger Minis.
Look, I
Oh,
just... Look, you, that was good. I just found out Kamal Miles is shorter than me, so I am not.
Congratulations,
the
we
shortest
found
people.
someone else.
I am not the shortest people.
you missed it in Discord the other day, Ken. I think Goob was like, I gotta go feed the little people.
If you're talking shit about me, you have to record it.
oh, jeez.
He's like, I gotta go feed the little people. I'm like, all three of them?
That's
Do they sing when you feed them? La 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 la.
Represent the lollipop guild.
Oh my god.
that's cold.
On the Yellow Brick Road.
We are on the challenge with the new platform we're doing. I'm gonna play it, but it may not be. What's the word? It doesn't reformat itself. So let me see how it looks first.
Abusing an in-game loophole just so you can play a character that can trigger seizures in other players kind of makes you a bit of a douchebag. Apparently there was a graphical bug that could appear when a killer decided to play Trickster in Dead by Daylight, and that bug just kind of plays a series of flashing lights for players. The bug was very, very rare, apparently, but it had basically been left alone for 2 months. The dev team finally addressed it just a few days ago and they've disabled Trickster for now, but there are already people who have said publicly that they're not going to turn off their game or update it so they can continue playing Trickster, knowing what can happen to at-risk players. Yeah, that kind of makes you a terrible person. Like, I'm sure that you can manage not playing them for however long it takes to fix. So here's a warning for anyone that does play Dead by Daylight. I'm sorry if I've used any of the terminology wrong. I've not played it myself. There are still some players who do have access to Trickster at the moment for some reason. So be careful out there.
Alright.
Wait a minute. Let me mute my mic because this is gonna be good.
This is fucked. And it's not rare. People have actually been using the Trickster, and when they use knives, anytime they hit a survivor, their screen goes pink, and then it goes really quickly between white and blue, so it just turns their computer into a fucking strobe light.
Wow.
And they're refusing to turn off their games so that they don't have to deal with either waiting or not being able to play it, or they're just, like she said, shitty people and want to keep on playing it knowing that it can do that. And people have been like, it's not even every single time that like you get hit with knives. It's not just that. Sometimes if you're playing the trickster, when you go into the main menu, it starts off with that. Except for people have been told, like, hey, get on Dead by Daylight with us, click play trickster, and we'll all play survivors. But then it triggers their seizure because that was the fucking point.
Dang.
That's assault.
The people who have like zero empathy for those that deal with it, that's a whole level of low.
Like,
And-
I can't play the doctor. Like, I can't play against the doctor. It's bad.
Oh,
but,
Mr. Zappies.
yeah, I hate him. I just don't get the point in putting it in the game, especially when it's like all dark. It doesn't make sense.
Like, I don't understand how they're still able to play. Like, a lot of games, like I'm flashing back to Sea of Thieves here, is like, if your game isn't the most current version,
You can't play.
you can't play. It comes up with an error when you try to get onto the online servers.
That's true.
So, like in Dead by Daylight, if these people are just like still online, they're keeping the games open so they can still play this killer. Because he is a fun killer to play. I play him.
Yeah, but that depends though, because don't you play on PC?
Yeah.
So like when I play with y'all, I play on Xbox, and the games will update automatically if I set them to, or they'll update them when I tell them to, but you don't have to.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is that a lot of games is that if you try to access an online server with an out-of-date file, it blocks you.
Wow.
I haven't had that happen. I've had some that like just I haven't updated because I just don't see the point at a certain time.
Like, what game is it that we used to play would straight up kick us out if it wasn't up to date? I think I can't remember. And I know Phasmo, if it's out, if you guys are playing different versions, it gives you errors.
Wouldn't WoW do that? Now that I think about it, you have to update WoW.
Yeah, WoW would force you to update.
Yeah.
Because like as soon as you tried to hit play after that Tuesday patch, it was like, just a second, we're not going to start the game until it's updated.
Right.
But if people are leaving their games on specifically so that they don't update, I don't understand how that's working, because as soon as they connect to that online server, it should be doing like a version check like the other games do.
Something tells me it's with how they've disabled it. Maybe they haven't completely taken out the update kind of thing. They've just flicked a toggle.
Oh yeah, maybe it's not an update. Maybe it's just like
because I haven't had an
update.
This has been she was right about
they're still trying to fix
it. This has been going on for 2 months, and they have been told, like the company that makes the game has been told for 2 straight months that this is happening, and when people have a seizure, they've been writing in, their friends have been writing in.
See, that surprises me, because Dead by Daylight, they're one of those games that puts out a lot of patches, like constantly patch.
Yeah, they waited 2 months before they addressed that one though.
Dang.
Could it be that they just aren't taking it serious?
That's probably the one.
And
Which
it's going
is
to be
an even bigger problem. I mean, their player base is having severe medical issues and possibly dying because they just can't be bothered to take one thing out of the game, and it only happens.
Not even take it out, just fix it.
Yeah.
You don't gotta kill you don't gotta get rid of the killer. They just gotta fix it.
Because I mean, seizure warning or not, you can't knowingly put that out there and then just refuse to change it.
They have had like a big event going on, so
it really is going to be some idiot that's going to try to kill somebody.
Yeah, it's like their birthday.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for
I wonder
sure.
if that's why.
Yeah, and that's an internet. The internet trolls. Someone is out there. There is a special troll that's going to do this intentionally.
You already
see.
see.
People on the other side aren't real people for them. I mean, think of me or you playing COD. We can't sit in a voice channel with just the rest of the players because of how they talk to us just for being women. But I mean, because they're
Right.
not real people on the other
That's
side
the
of that
whole
screen.
reason I joined a clan on Discord. like,
Like,
Well,
that's the reason I don't play most online games.
Or just imagine being black and they find out that you're black. Just imagine.
well, yeah. Like the
I actually get it a lot for being British as well.
What's wrong with your voice? You got a cold?
I play
You
a lot
get
of
a lot
American
of shit
servers
for
and they
it.
instantly
Yeah,
don't
you
do
probably
it.
have to deal with like a bunch of racist shit. We have to deal with a bunch of like sexually harassing shit. Like,
Yeah, like the people on the other end are just not real people for them, so they don't care what they say. They can say the worst kind of shit because if anything, it gets them a win because the person leaves or they're just so
Right.
distracted that they lose.
Okay.
And
I
there's
got
no
a-
repercussions, even though I think that like COD is bringing out ways with AI to monitor what people are
there's
saying and ban them
ways to
accordingly.
report shit.
So-
Like, I have reported ton of people on Xbox.
Good use for AI.
Well,
I want to
here's
hear
my
what DRay
question.
said.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
D-Ray.
We talked earlier about laws with, the cars and AI. Do you think there needs to be an international governing body for online games that really enforces?
I don't think that's ever going to be
Safety.
possible. Mostly because of
Yeah.
Americans and their freedom of speech.
Okay, I don't.
The Americans are 100% going to be the people that ruin any attempt to do
See,
that.
what I don't
But
get
they get the
is
meaning of freedom of speech wrong a lot, dude.
they
We're not
They
do.
very
do,
smart
That's the
people.
thing.
We're not very
Right.
smart people.
Most
Yeah,
people
you have the
that-
freedom to say
but-
shit, but we have the freedom
But that's
to.
not what it is. Most people that go on and on about freedom of speech, and I can say whatever I want on Facebook and be an asshole all I want to.
They think it means
because freedom of
consequence-free.
speech. But
That
that's
part.
Not, it stops the government from censoring you. It doesn't stop a private entity from saying you can't say that shit on our
Mhm.
platform. But they're not doing that. They're not saying don't talk like that. They're not
Right.
saying don't be racist, don't be an asshole, don't literally endanger people's lives on our platform. They're not saying that.
So,
I
like,
think
you
a lot of
can't.
them are trying to.
There's pretty much any game or platform where there's voice chat has a way to report players for
Right.
abusive language, for racist language, sexual language. There's a way to report that, but there has to be so many flags on someone's account before their account is locked down, and it's
Yeah.
usually a timeout.
And because
Um,
I mean,
It has to be a
something-
groundswell. Yeah.
It
has to be a
could be
ground-
something as
Go
simple
ahead.
as like, you pissed me off the way you played, so I'm gonna report you. Instead
Right.
of it just being exactly what happened. So I mean, they'd have to be able to monitor what actually happened to be able to enforce it better. And I mean, I don't play any online games with words,
Voice
Voice chat?
but like with other people in the game, not just with us.
multiplayer.
Voice
Voice.
chat.
I don't.
In-game voice.
No, Freak did the thing.
It was the look for me.
Yeah, I totally did.
Freak said it. VoIP.
VoIP.
It's just I don't do any games online anymore like that where I have to hear what other people are saying in the game. I don't have to play it. If I don't want to listen to it, I don't have to play it.
Now, let me add this. D-Ray is old enough. I don't know if Dizzy may know this. D-Ray, you remember back in the days of AOL, at least AOL chat. There used to be actual AOL TOS members. I mean, they were actual people that would pretty much patrol. Yeah, police.
Yep.
I wonder if the
You mean like a moderator?
I used to work for an
No,
online
these
casino,
were
and I
actually-
did that.
These were actually people that would threaten to track you down and come to your house.
Well, damn.
Like with cease and desist orders and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah.
but see, that's hard to do, especially now that like online gaming is so big because it's across borders and different countries have different laws, and it becomes like a whole thing. So I don't think there's ever going to be a way to globally police voice chat for abusers.
If it's a private entity, there's a possibility.
No,
I think a lot
because
of
they
pressure
had
is
the-
being put on them to do something about it.
They had the ability to do it this entire time, though. It's a private entity. They could have easily said, you do this, you're gone. We don't need you. They have thousands, millions, depending on the game, of players. They don't need that one piece of shit. They could have been doing that this whole time, but they
Well, games aren't scared of using a ban hammer. I'm like, how many times have we heard stories about someone who had like just like a mod or something installed, and like it was
Well.
flagged. It didn't even have to be a game breaking mod or anything. It
because
could be something.
because it's inconvenient for the game. When they're using that mod, they don't have to use in-game shit.
Mods are not
inconveniencing the
No,
game, not the
things like
player.
graphical mods, like the friggin' jiggle mod that we use in Lethal Company.
Shoot,
Or
friggin'
the
Go
hot coffee mod in San Andreas.
I was gonna say we got the dang Nightbot, and the Nightbot could be a pussycat or a straight up brute.
But
I remember one of our podcasters, Carla, put too many emojis and it's straight banned her instantly. I'm like, whoa, hold up.
But
like
they're not scared of banning. They're not scared of losing a single customer. Like they're not. But I think it's hard to go after people for like the abusive language thing and everything. But then because that person's gonna fight back like, oh, freedom of speech, blah blah blah, right? So like then you're looking at like a legal thing.
Company making millions of dollars.
So it was inconvenient if they're constantly having to deal with this ongoing thing.
You know what's inconvenient is being a player and quitting entire areas of games or an entire company's games because they refuse to check their players.
But they're not gonna.
We don't have to buy their shit.
That's why I don't have voice turned on in pretty much any game unless I'm playing with you guys. Well, then we're using that in-game voice specifically. Otherwise, I'm just in Discord hanging out with you yahoos.
I enjoy it in Sea of Thieves, and for the most part, Sea of Thieves is actually players are assholes.
That can be funny.
Kind of assholes,
like, there are some assholes, but it's not like Call of Duty assholes. Like specific games have like a whole other breed of troll. I think, like I said, like me cussing at that ship that was going by. I guarantee you they were probably just cackling. Like one time I didn't realize my voice was open and I heard the guys on the other ship speaking French. And so I said, guys, I know how to say I don't speak French in French. And I said it. And next thing you know, the guys on the other ship were fucking laughing at me. Like, Sea of Thieves is pretty laid back, not full of douchebags, except for the ones who sank me before we could raise the anchor. But no, like that would have to be like a whole other podcast, I feel. This is like our experiences with shit. But that's why we have our Discord, so we don't have to put up with that.
I prefer to stay on the Discord and not have to interact.
But it's
with,
a great big world out there.
No, I have the guys monitor.
No, we've carved out a tiny little corner, and we're gonna hide that.
It's a great big world. I don't want us to just hide. Come on, see.
I get Sean and Freak to monitor my Discord, my Twitch, because I'd rather have.
I know, because they banned me.
No, he just put you on a really, really long time out.
It was only.
I kept trying to unban you, but yeah.
Did y'all say y'all actually do unban people? How long does that take? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're unbanned. You need a new invite if that's what you're getting at.
Oh no, are you a breach risk again? Are you a breach risk again?
Or
I thought he was back in.
I thought he was back in.
Okay, that was rude as hell. Whoever did that is so many different kinds of messed up, because that's illegal as fuck and on your account under your name, not theirs.
Yeah.
And you'd have to prove it wasn't you.
And he's not the only one that happened.
For those of you who don't know, DRay's Discord got hacked, and it was porn everywhere.
With minors, that was the thing. It was with minors.
He's in a couple of Discord channels, and all of them were immediately flooded with porn.
And it wasn't even good. I mean, it was bad porn. That's what I mean.
No, it wasn't.
Troy's here disappointed in the quality of porn.
With
The
minors.
rest of us were like, quick, get rid of it. And Troy's like, this is trash.
Dizzy. It was because it had minors in it, is the thing. They were promoting that he was promoting.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't even look at it.
I didn't check it either.
It was in the
that I don't
name.
believe.
I got a phone call from my best friend. His daughter was, I think she's still my Discord friend or whatever. And he was like, "Hey man, I think you need to check your Discord." Like, why you know?
Well, Well, I got messaged by someone else in their Discord who has admin powers, and he's like, "By the way, I just banned this guy." And I'm like, DRay? And I started looking. I'm like, "Oh, that's a lot of porn everywhere." Like every sub channel of the Discord was the same porn.
The porn is not secure.
But we managed to go through and individually delete all of it. We
wasn't the only one that happened to either.
No. But it was crazy. Like, and that happened a little while ago with the Blast artist chat.
Yep.
I messaged Troy and I'm like, listen, I don't know if you're watching this particular Facebook Messenger group chat, but it's full of porn. And the webpage for that is full of porn. So he deleted all of it. And then now I've got mod powers for that page and that group chat. And when things like that pop up, I immediately go in and get rid of it. I also made it so that the posts to that page have to be approved before they can go on.
Yeah, we had to.
My fault. Yeah, it was really my fault because I had not taken Discord seriously. And so I didn't put any two-step verification. I used a really, really simple password because I really did whatever, and won't make that mistake again, ever.
It was a bunch of people at the same time though, because when yours were going off, when I stopped getting the notification for yours, I got notifications for like 3 other people in Discords I'm in with the exact same link. I just sent it to the Facebook group.
Okay, let me tell you, DRay, how bad it was. Junior executive hit me up and said, "I think DRay got hacked." If you don't know, Junior executive is my daughter. That's why he's like,
no shit.
Oh,
yeah.
I just remember my phone was going pa-ting, pa-ting.
At least everybody knows DRay's a good enough person to immediately think he got hacked, then to immediately think he's distributing underage.
You pervert!
Because that's what it was.
No,
I was literally sitting in front of my laptop like, oh god.
I mean, it was.
But you know what? I was
in the tub.
I was impressed with how everyone rallied. I mean, DRay wasn't left hanging in the wind by himself. Like the Avengers fucking assembled. Next thing you know,
all of us.
We're messaging each other on Facebook. Next thing you know, it's a Facebook group call, and everyone's like, and EBTCH is like, okay, I'm looking for social media. I'm looking at Twitter, and you've got GOOB walking DRay how to shut down his account, and then you've got me deleting the posts everywhere, and like he had a whole team.
Together, boy.
He had a team working for him.
Support.
It was like within 5 minutes. Like, I can't help fix shit, but I can check the rest of your social media to see if it didn't get posted there.
Oh, we were at a pit stop.
Yeah, I was on cleanup duty. GOOB was on tech support duty. EBTCH was doing trying to determine the scope of the problem.
No, you were outside smoking.
Like Freak, I think you were helping me with the cleanup.
Yeah, I was trying to make sure everyone knew that you could just kick or ban him and it would remove everything.
No.
Yeah.
I was in the car.
So it was like you had a team that immediately assembled. I thought that was really cool.
I called Dizzy because that guy pissed me the hell off.
Yeah, no, my bad.
We're not getting into that right now. We're not getting into that right now.
He had it coming and he needed to go.
And I don't want to talk about it.
I mixed up my events.
I personally feel like we need to talk about it because what are you doing?
I'm being serious right now. No,
over
I will literally hang up
later.
Oh Jesus!
Time's about over, and we can deal with it later.
Oh boy, I'm intrigued, but okay.
That was the day before we left that DRay's thing happened.
So yeah, actually, it is close to that time. But real quick, I wanted to share this very short video. We've always jokingly say, Freak is always trying to take us out. This is basically what happens when you play with Freak.
Not today!
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's totally never happened.
I missed it. Play it again.
Not a problem.
He's never killed me in Helldivers to get my gun.
Not today!
I need to find that clip now.
It's just well known that if you're playing with Freak, you're playing against Freak.
Best part of that clip is Dizzy says, "Oh, shoot me, I've respawned," and here I am immediately laying into someone that was not Dizzy.
Someone else. I'm like, okay, you want my gun? I'll just respawn. Go ahead and shoot me. Take my gun. And then he starts shooting at some other poor rando. I'm like, that's not me, right?
Oh
Like-
snap! You were there lighting up somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Now that's funny.
Him and
So-
Kyle.
So EBTCH, please let the people know what's up before we head out.
There are enough assholes in the world, and you don't gotta be one of them. I'm done with the sweet.
It's Tuesday.
Be nice to people. It has been the longest week of my life.
It's day 3.
I did my
Alright.
thing. Move on. Somebody else has to go.
Okay, Freak. What would you like to say to people before we head out?
Just be kind to yourself.
Indeed.
Nice and sweet.
DRay, the producer. What would you like to say to the people before we head out?
Say no to child porn.
That's a T-shirt right there.
Hey, that goes in the book.
I feel like it should be common sense, but yeah.
Some people need, some people need it spelled out for them.
Yeah.
Some people need the reminder.
All right. Since Veep is busy, did GOOB? What's your party shot?
I think that
You kind
counts.
of rewind.
I was about to say that does count. but-
I think that counts. He was also buffering.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, what?
I said he was buffering.
Nope.
Turns out DRay was too.
What'd you think? What'd you think she said?
I no, not gonna do it.
The second we close, I need to know.
My PO is looking at me. No.
Oh, jeez. Not the PO. Did GOOB? Did you give your 2 cents?
I did.
Okay.
Or like 5 of them.
And Queen Dizzy, what would you like to bequeath the knowledge unto the people?
Did you say Queen Dizzy Queef?
Bequeath.
That's,
Bequeath.
that's got to go in the book too.
No, Queen Dizzy Queef is not going in the book.
QD,
You can only put good shit from you.
QDQ goes in the book.
All right, this kind of goes along with my parting shots. I was just gonna be, don't be a dick. Remember the people that you're playing with online, the people you were talking to. They are people too.
Wow.
D-bad.
Oh, man. Dizzy with the flames. I love it. Man, everybody, once again, we love our Tuesday nights. You guys are awesome. We appreciate you. Most of all, we ask you to please be safe. Please be kind. Love one another. And hey, invite a friend and make sure. You spank it for Super Earth.
But I play with you, Dizzy. What does that even mean? They say I'm a dick?
What?
What?
I'm
Yes.
Look at Canny's text. I'll ask Canny later what she means
Oh.
by that.
But I play with you, Dizzy. Yeah, I guess we
I'm
do
so
need to.
confused.
I guess we do need to
Talk.
investigate on that.
I'm for Disney Talk.
What?
Yeah, this is mean.
I miss.
Land the plane.
Yes, I'm trying to.
Land
So, everybody, we thank
so
you so
close.
much. Please be safe, and of course, loading. There we go, and she's super big. Oh well. We'll adjust her
my.
to fit
Okay,
properly.
Why?
We're focusing on her assets. Like,
Indeed. Hopefully, says good night, Grim Cracker. Cheese and crackers.
You got a reverse BBL.
We love you guys. Please be safe. We'll see you next week. Good night.
night.
Perfect.